Good afternoon, YouTube and TI community worldwide. I trust you're all doing as well as you can be. Shane Gibbs, targeted individual from the UK, back again for my next episode in my series of YouTube videos. It's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag today. I haven't done a video in a couple of days purely because I've been having some very bizarre symptoms that seem to be making themselves apparent over the past 2 or 3 days. I'm not quite sure what it is. I've never actually encountered something like this before. It actually feels like if you can imagine getting a hot roast potato out of the oven and you swallow it, and then it gets stuck in as a hole somewhere down in your tubes. That is what the symptom I'm getting, and it's like so painful. Not quite sure what it is. Don't really care. I'm sure it'll disappear, the same as all these other weird symptoms. And also, I've been waking up in the morning. I don't know what the hell's going on, but like this morning when I got up, my glutamus maximus, my left glutamus, it feels like someone's been playing football with it. It feels like somebody's kicked me in the arse. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but yeah, a bit strange and a bit bizarre. Been getting some really bizarre pop-ins again. I had a very strange sensation in this side of my head day before yesterday. It actually looked like that side of my head had swollen up for some reason. I don't know whether it's because I'm spending so much time on the bloody mobile phone or not. I don't know. Maybe I should move over to a hands-free kit to stop irradiating myself. Not that I don't really think that that's going to make a lot of difference. I'd love to be able to find a way where we can measure levels of radiation in the human body. So if any of you guys and girls out there have got any idea whether there's some kind of test that you can do, whether there's some kind of, I don't know, you can test alkaline with litmus paper. So you know, is there a test available where you can test to see whether there's any unwanted radiation in your system? Maybe that's something I need to do a little bit of research on. Because I think that there's a lot of us that are being irradiated with something, and if we can actually discover a way of measuring that level of radiation in the body, then that is definitely going to be a win-win scenario when it comes down to a lovely piece of juicy evidence for later on down the line. So yeah, weird couple of days, dodgy roast potato type feeling that's stuck halfway down my tubes, and a left glutamus maximus that feels like somebody's been playing football with it. So very bizarre, but I'm sure I'll manage, and I'm sure I'll cope. But yeah, today's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag. But let me just start with there's a couple of things that I want to run over today. I want to speak a little bit about some of the sensitization that I encountered back in the early days, with numbers and figures and symbols and etc. Number plates and information on lorries and all of that sort of stuff. But I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as I get further on in the video. But today, I was actually made aware, as you're probably all aware now, I'm quite an avid reader of the national newspaper called The Sun here in the UK, because they seem to be doing some great work when it comes to getting information out about corrupt, lying, sex pest, perverted wankers, namely Damon Green. And I don't, again, in the previous video I mentioned that it gone all quiet, and then bang, here we go again. Yesterday's national newspaper. There you go, you can read it. Let me have a little read for you. Green snapped in 2013 with his sexual harassment accuser he first met in 2014. Damien, do you really? I'm starting to actually consider whether this Damon Green fella has actually got more than 10 brain cells. He's actually gone through. Let me just. It's not a long one. I'll read it through to you. Theresa May is facing fresh pressure to sack her deputy Damon Green after evidence revealed he may have misled her over the sleaze scandal that he's involved with. Mr. Green was accused of making inappropriate sexual advances and sending flirty texts to journalist Kate Maltby earlier this month. The Deputy PM denied the claims and insisted they first met in 2014. You little fibber. But The Sun has obtained a photo of him meeting with Miss Maltby a year earlier in June of 2013. Private text also proved they were in contact from August 2013. It will intensify calls for Mrs. Dragonface Theresa May to remove close ally Mr. Corrupt Freemason Green, 61, from her cabinet. He is already awaiting the conclusion of a Cabinet Office inquiry into the claims of sexual misbehaviour and allegations he stored porn that's actually now illegal on his parliamentary computer. The fresh evidence contradicts Mr. Green's initial statement on October the 30th, in which he said, "I have known Miss Maltby since she contacted me in 2014. And that picture there was taken with him, the dirty pervert, standing right next to his accuser in 2013. Now this is the kind of scum that we have got running this country. This is the kind of scum that we have got hiding and covering up the targeted individual program, specifically with myself. As you're probably all aware, I have got personal, well, let's call it, no, I'm not going to call it a vendetta. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see this man struck off, cast off, alienated from his family. His wife divorces him, and he turns out to sort of like ends up being some stinking of piss type old man living in a bedsit, because he don't deserve any more than that. So yeah, Mr. Green, the saga continues. So not only have you lied to the Prime Minister of the country, you've lied to your wife, you've lied to your party constituents. The only people you probably don't lie to are your trouser lifting, shirt exposing, left nipple exposing, Satan worshipping fellow Freemasons. Probably namely Gerard Faggot Brown. Oh no, that's his son, sorry. It's his son Justin Brown that's a faggot, not Gerard. Well, not aware anyway. So yeah, they're second in command of the ruling party in this country, has now come out to be not only a sex pest, not only a legal porn viewer, is now only a corrupt Freemason and a corrupt member of Parliament. He's also now been proven that he has lied to Theresa May. And I did notice in the week I think there was when the budget was on, I did catch a little bit of the budget, and he was sitting there all quiet and mousy type, next to his chief in command, Theresa May, and he was looking rather sheepish. So Damon Green, it's about time you stood up, you manned up, and you start telling him the truth, the old fruit cake. Because you are a disgusting, disgraceful man, and there's no way that you should be sitting in a seat of power, a position of power within the UK. You are a disgusting individual. You're a lying, cheating, perverted, corrupt Freemason. What the flipping heck is going on in this country? Oh dear. So yeah, that's enough about Mr. Green for another day, until the next headline comes out. And so yeah, the Green saga continues. But something that I am going to be doing in the very near future is I'm actually going to be trying to arrange a sit-down meeting with the Member of Parliament for the Sheerness area. I'm pretty certain it's still going to be one of these dodgy Conservative. I don't know until I go onto the website and have a look. But I'm not going to be toing and froing with emails. Effectively, I'm going to be requesting a sit-down, suited and booted meeting with the Member of Parliament in question, who covers the Sheerness area. And then maybe even the shadow MP for the opposition in this area as well. So I'm going to be sitting down or trying to arrange a sit-down meeting with those two MPs in the very, very near future to sit down and discuss the whole situation that I've been talking about throughout my YouTube videos. And I'm sure if any of you guys know, I've got plenty of evidence to actually back up everything that I've been stating. So yeah, that should be an interesting situation if and when it does come about. I am certain that they cannot refuse a request to have a meeting with a member of their constituency. So yeah, let's see how that one goes. But I'll keep you all posted, and maybe that's an idea for any other UKTIs. I know that I've actually spoken to a few survivors here in the UK, and they have actually been speaking to their member of parliament, and they've actually been getting a little bit of help from them as well. So maybe it's another route into the into officialdom. And for me personally, I'm going to be looking to arrange, and I shall put my nice posh work suit on, because I haven't worn one of them for a number of years now. I used to have a suit, a Ted Baker suit for every day of the bloody week. Well, I've still got them. You know, there's 2 or 3 of them hanging on the back of the door behind me. So yeah, it'd be nice to actually get the old 3-piece on and polish the shoes up, and get the old whistle and flute on to go along and have a chat with these members of parliament to see how they react to the information that I'm going to be putting in front of them. So yeah, watch this space on that one. Something else that I found in the national press yesterday, which is quite interesting, very interesting indeed, is, right, you need to get your pens and papers ready, and you need to jot down and look up a company called Quinetic. That's the name. Quinetic, can you see that? www.quinetic.com. And Quinetic.com are a weapons manufacturer, weapons inventor, weapons tester, and let me just give you a little bit of a brief outline what we do. This is their main website. What we do: we are a company of over 6,000 dedicated people providing technological and scientific expertise that helps our customers protect, improve and advance their vital interests. By listening to and anticipating your needs, we can provide unique solutions that combine our depth of knowledge and experience with a collaborative and enterprising approach. We work across every aspect of the life cycle of critical equipment and infrastructure, providing services and products that address our customers' most pressing challenges. Our breadth and depth of experience spans many markets and industries. They work in Air Force, fighter planes, providing support across every aspect of air, built on 70 years of experience. They work with military, land and critical infrastructure systems, making significant scientific and technological innovations in order to evolve physical protection systems. They work on maritime submarines, nuclear submarines. Designing and testing innovative naval systems and components for navies or naval forces around the world. C4ISR, resolving complex issues around communication and information infrastructures. So I'm assuming that's communication system and what other nefarious stuff that they get up to. This is all leading somewhere, so just stick with me for a minute. They also work in cyber attacks, protecting and improving cyber resources to overcome challenges and threats. They also work in space technologies, building, launching and operating complex space infrastructures. They also work in the weapons industry, creating safe and effective military components and testing them before and during service. Right, well that will lead on lovely to what I want to talk about next, because also in yesterday's press I found a very, very small, little tiny advert, little dinky one, and I'm going to read it word for word. Death Ray HQ in UK. An arms giant has opened a UK test centre to develop death ray laser guns for the military, it revealed yesterday. Defence firm Quinetic's Dragonworks Centre will build and test high energy weapons, directed energy weapons, for the Ministry of Defence. Its first project will involve assembly of a laser-directed energy weapon. I thought these things don't exist. Well, quite clearly, they do. And the British government, no they do. And the Ministry of Defence, no they fucking do. Because they've got contracted. Its first project will involve assembly of the laser-directed energy weapon, which is set for long-range outdoor trials next summer at Ministry of Defence, Shrewsbury, Essex. Boss Steve Wadey said the base at Qinetics HQ in Farnborough, Hants, would significantly enhance the UK's ability to operate powerful lasers and directed energy weapons systems. Let's have a little ponder about that one for a second or two. So, guys and girls, I wonder how much of that testing's been done on unwitting citizens of the public here in the UK. I wonder how many of the systems that they're developing, the directed energy weapon systems, that sick company that has probably taken billions in contract from the Ministry of Defence here in the UK, and they're now blatantly coming forward saying that they have got a testing ground and they're going to be testing high-powered directed energy weapon systems. But still, they don't exist today. Government, they don't exist today, Mr. Constabulary Man. They don't exist today, Mr. Sick and Twisted Psychiatrist. You fucking idiots. This is all gonna be guaranteed. I mean, I've got a bit of a gut feeling here, and I always trust my gut instinct. You know, I've gone against it twice in my life, and it was probably two of the baddest mistakes that I've ever made. So I have learned to trust my gut instinct now. Call it a sixth sense, call it what you like. Slowly but surely, all of this information will seep out. The amount of TIs that we've got coming through to not only myself but through to TI television is growing day by day, and I'm talking about very, very intelligent, very, very stable victims that have been suffering in silence for decades. They're coming forward to us not only through me personally and through my email address, but also through comments and messages on YouTube, and also approaching TI television and getting in touch with Kieran from that respect. So we are getting absolutely bombed out with stupid numbers of credible survivors, all with evidence to back up their stories, all with virtually identical stories, maybe just in different structures. So the day of reckoning will be here soon. You mark my words, I cannot see this being allowed to go on for too much longer here in the UK. We're going to be making too much noise about it. You know, if we all start going to MPs with our individual stories, that's definitely got to be a win-win for the targeted individual community here in the UK. And with the agenda that we're working towards with TI television, it's not going to be long. Give it, I reckon, another year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I can't say for certain, but with the progress that we're making and the information that we're digging up and the amount of survivors and victims that we've got coming forward, all with the same horrific stories, all with the same like-for-like programs. It's the same program, no matter whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the US, whether you're in Russia, Belgium, France, Australia, etc., etc., etc. This is going to be their downfall. The stupid idiots. And this is an A to Z program, and this A to Z program is what is going to bring them down. The levels of this program are fixed. There's a certain, it's a certain step type program. You know, I've talked about it in previous videos, and it's the same throughout the world. Everyone encounters the same harassment, but in different levels and different stages. You know, I'll briefly go through it. You've got a very, very structured program, but in between them steps of the program, you've got like facets, if you like. You've got multi-level. Oh my goodness! No, that's nasty. 2 days that's been there now. There's no way I'm going to that dodgy doctor. Yeah, I'm just going to have to man up, I think, and deal with it. Don't tell Andrew Bowen that, because he'll start flipping out. But yeah, I digress. Sorry. So yeah, just stick with it. Start putting your evidence together. Start putting your program, the way that your structure has affected you, and the way that you have been victimised, the way you've been harassed by neighbours and police and local vigilante neighbourhood watch groups. Start building your case. Start coming forward. Start putting your testimonies up, not only on YouTube but coming through to us at TI Television. I can guarantee you, we are we are making some massive strides, and literally in a couple of months. I mean, the foundation of TI Television is now complete. You know, the footings, if you like. You know, we planted the seed back in the summer. You know, that seed is now starting to sprout, and effectively we need to nurture that so we can then grow it into a shrub, and then from a shrub to a tree, etc., etc., etc. This is gonna, I mean, and it's about time. Let's face it. You know, their side is getting weaker. We are getting stronger. I mean, no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about that. So start putting things together, people. Start coming forward. You know, because if you start coming forward to TI Television and give your testimony, give your story out in a documentary type format. You know, I think we've got a 2-hour split documentary 2-hour episodes coming out that Kieran's been working really madly on over the past several days. You know, we've got some good stuff coming out in the very near future. So start coming forward. You know, we've got a few more TIs lined up that are London based. I believe they're coming over in the next week or so. So I'll be travelling up to London, and we'll all be spending the day together and doing some filming, maybe going to have a bit of lunch, and rocking and rolling, people. Rocking and rolling. Their time of terror is coming to an end. Seriously. What are they going to do? Kill us all? I don't think so. So start putting your evidence together. Start reaching out. Start putting your testimonies together. Effectively, what we're going to be doing at some stage in the next 12 months or so is, once we get a certain amount of testimonies and a certain amount of interviews on TI Television, all stable, intelligent individuals, we will then be approaching MPs, we will then be approaching departments, we will then be approaching psychiatrist organisations and teams, etc., 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 and then the battle will really commence, because we will have them. They're on the back foot now. That's quite obvious, so obvious, and we need to keep up the momentum. We need to keep moving forward. We need to keep the pressure up from our side. It's balancing out, people. It's balancing out, seriously, and it won't be long before the scales will tip in our favour. I can guarantee you it will happen, and I know it will happen. We just need to be persistent. We just need to carry on courageously moving forward, one step at a time, and we will succeed. We will succeed, or we will die trying. Or I will die trying. I mean, I'm not just, and I'll say it again, you know, I'm no leader. I don't want to be a champion. I don't want to be the president. I don't want to be the ambassador or whatever. I want the community to stand as one. I want TI Television and everybody involved with TI Television to stand up as one and voice as one, and get this horrendous, cowardly program put back in the darkness forever. We need the box shut on this one. We can then, once the ball's in our court, and seriously, you mean the ball is bouncing in our court on a regular basis. We just need to hit them with a couple of aces, and we are achieving great things. And with the support of as many of you as you possibly can offer, or the support you can offer, it's going to make things a hell of a lot easier, and produce results a hell of a lot quicker. So watch this space and take a look at that sick and twisted company that I mentioned earlier on. Yeah, directed energy weapons. What are they? You fools. You absolute fools. You know what the worst thing that you perps done for me? You allowed me to leave Ashford. You absolutely pathetic, cowardly people. And all of you, anyone, I know you watch it. And hello haters, how you doing? I noticed that there's a couple of other sick and twisted. I found a video the other day and calling me a fake TI, and I'm this and I'm that, and probably some of the most top. Karen Stewart's a fake TI and Catherine Altman's a fake TI, and the idiot that made this. I'll find the name for you, and it's one of the friends of that Night of Thunder fella, and the stupid idiot. He's he's one of these curtain twitchers. He's made a video up, or fake perpetrator, or fake TI. So he claims to be fake TI. Nobody knows who this geezer is. He's a curtain twitcher. Oh my God, there's a perp, there's a perp, there's a perp, there's a perp. You're a donut, mate. Do you realise that most of the, well, a good 50% of the people that you put in that video, they're actually not even TIs? You fucking fool! What an idiot! Pinecone Utopia, Mindy and Paul Marco, they're not even TIs, and you've put them in your fake TI little video. You dickhead! Are you ill? I think. Do you know what? I think you. It's either the program has turned you this way. Either that, or you are a disinfo agent, and or maybe you're just as mentally ill as the other Mr. Thunder fella who goes around another curtain twitching, videoing people with one pocket in their hand and all this bullshit. He's still not brave enough to put his face up. Thank God we don't have to rely on people like you, or thank someone, whatever your name is. Shit, don't go down the religious road, Shane, because it is Sunday. There are some crazy people within the TI community. Some seriously ill, sick and twisted with very, very low IQs. I won't mention their name again. I've already mentioned it once. But yeah, I feel sorry for you. I pity you. I pity you because you haven't got the intelligence that you were born with. Or maybe you wasn't born with it. Who knows? Before anybody starts saying, oh, what's he drinking? Every morning I only drink bottled water, never drink tap water. Every morning I crack open two, they're called effervescent vitamins and mineral pills, vitamin C, majority, and I put two. One of them is 100% RDA for all of the minerals and all of your vitamin C. I break two into a bottle of water, and I have this every day. Good for the immune system. Vitamin C and minerals, your body needs them, yeah, just part of the healthy process that I run religiously in my life. So yeah, I must let's crack on with the video. So yeah, that's some interesting stuff that I've just talked about there, especially with this. I'm not talking about the old dickhead Thunder and their little motley crew, because obviously they're doing their own thing, and I wish you well. I wish you well. But right, okay, let's get into the gist of what I wanted to talk about today. The main topic that I wanted to talk to you about today, as I mentioned previously in the video. I want to talk about some of the early tactics they used to try and sensitize me. Well, no, they actually did sensitize me to what I'm going to be talking about, and all part of the unprogramming that I've actually done over the past couple of years. It's actually made it seem quite idiotic and quite pathetic what they was actually sensitizing me to. You get some TIs that are sensitized to noises. You get some TIs that are sensitized to colours. With me, their main win effectively was with numerology, symbols, and signage. and I'll explain what I mean once I get through the next part of the video where I want to talk about. And today's going to be quite a Jackanory type day, people, so just bear with me, and I'm sure you'll find it of some interest. As you are probably all aware, or most of you are aware, myself, Kieran, Lee Perrin and Fiona, we all starred in the Vice news documentary that went out earlier on this year, that got re-edited, and we was lied to and misled and led down the garden path by the company or the crew or wherever they are. I don't really care. And I think the benefit really of being and starring in that documentary is the fact that it's actually gone out, and over, I think it's about 1.5 million people have seen that documentary. And for the last time I started looking at responses and comments and all that sort of stuff, you was probably looking at about a hit rate of about 50-50 on people that believed us and people that didn't. So, and I've also personally, I've had so many foreign TIs that have been in touch with me, not only since I've been doing my YouTube channel, but have actually sought me out and looked me up effectively because of the Vice news documentary. So the discrediting that that Vice actually did put into play through the documentary is actually kicked back in their little disgusting, corrupt faces. But yeah, just on the Vice note, the reason I mentioned Vice is that just recently we've had another sabotage job that has been made, but with the US team. The US Vice News film crew teams, whatever you want to, you know, they all look like bloody college dropouts or millennials or whatever you want to call them. But they've actually done an even worse sabotage job over in the States with their. It's almost very, very similar to the UK version, Meet the Targeted Individual Community, where they have chosen a couple of TIs, and they couldn't have chosen better really, because they have chosen one, a homosexual guy called Billy, who is adamant and that his targeting is all being orchestrated by some religious faction, by some church, Christians, I believe, and that's not the case, mate. And then you've got Richard Bruce. Richard Bruce has been, yeah, Richard Bruce. He's been floating around the internet and the TI community. So I think some of his early stuff goes back to sort of like 2010, 2009, 2010. And he believes that the reptilians are targeting him, and he believes that he puts all this information out on YouTube, and oh, it's the reptilians, and Keanu Reeves is a reptilian, and these are reptilians, and oh my god, they're all reptilians, everywhere there's reptilians. And I remember a couple of videos where he thought that he was trying to video or trying to convince people that follow him that he was filming up in a tree a reptilian that was wearing some kind of cloaking device. Why would you have an alien reptilian up a tree with a cloaking device to start with? I don't want to ridicule. I'm not meaning to take the piss. Basically, what I'm getting at is the fact that Vice seem to be in the game now, where they are looking to discredit and disinform and make the TI community look like a bunch of crackers, or crackerjacks, maybe you want to call them. Do they actually realise that at some stage this is all going to get exposed, and potentially they are leaving themselves open to some major court cases of libel for the way that they've approached the whole topic and the whole concept? And so just any international media firm, any national media platform are never going to help targeted individuals until it gets exposed. Until it gets acknowledged, until it gets exposed, that is the only time then the media is controlled. And it's controlled by the dark side. That's pretty obvious if you look at the dreadful situation that of the Vice documentary that they've done with myself, Kieran and Fiona. But it's even worse now with the US version. It's like they're almost getting desperate. It's like somebody's guiding them to actually sort of put such discrediting disinformation out through their pathetic platform. it seems that somebody somewhere is getting very, very desperate to actually cover all of this up. So Vice, your day will come. And I did want to talk initially about the Vice documentary, but the reason that I'm bringing them up specifically is hopefully most of you have seen the Vice documentary that I'm talking about, that was filmed over many months and re-edited, and all of the information, the factual information and evidence I gave him about Freemasons and Kent County Constabulary that have played a massive part in my victimisation and targeting. They was actually forced, a member of the film crew actually emailed me and said that they was ordered or threatened with legal recourse if they didn't re-edit and take out all of the information that I'd shown them and given them about not only Gerard Brown and the Damon Green MP, corrupt Freemason. I wonder whether they I wonder how friendly they are, them two. Bestest buddies. I wonder whether Gerard Brown and Damon Green are like really, really good friends. You never know what goes on in these satanic worshipping, chest bearing, secret society meetings that they go to. I bet you that Damien and Gerard are very, very, very good buddies. As you can see, I'm quite joyful today, and that's I've just I've done some exercise this morning. I just had to go and pick up all of the sculptures and stuff I've got sitting on top of me bloody speakers, because I had the music up so poxy loud. You know, I love house music. I love old school, sort of like 2000, early 2000 garage and house music. You know, it just sends me. So dancing away, yeah, I had up a little bit too loud, and luckily I didn't break anything, and which is good. So yeah, today, and getting back to the raising your vibration, people, you know, the music, the fitness, the exercise, you know, your frame of mind, the direction your mind's going in, and your mind should only be going in one direction, and that is forward. Absolutely. Break free, start reaching out, come through on your own, and do very, very similar thing to what I've done with my personal YouTube channel, or join us at TI Television. All UK TI, everybody's welcome. Everybody is welcome. Please come through to me. Yeah, and quickly, while I do, let's talk about the phone call that I had a couple of days ago. Right, back on the Vice thing. Let's get rid of the old Vice thing, because you know, they annoy me. And I had a very, very sheepish member of the original film crew from Vice that called me a couple of days ago, and you wouldn't Adam and Eve it, but they want they want me, Kieran and Fiona, to help them. They want us to help them by signing some more papers. Kieran, you're going to be on my YouTube channel, mate, because I'm just in the middle of doing a video, so I'll call you straight back. Yeah, go on.
This is my Aunt Doris.
Aunt Doris.
And your mum, Beth.
Yeah.
Ben Emily Jones.
Ben Emily Jones. Yeah. Okay, that's enough requests for today. Can you phone in for next week's show, please, mate? I'll catch up with you then. I'll speak to you later. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, Vice. I had a member of the film crew call me Thursday, saying, very, very sheepish, you know, because the last words I had with him was, "I'm actually disgusted with you, Cosmo, for what you've done, what you've lied to us, how you've edited, and how you've actually portrayed us in this documentary. You lied to us." And then he was like, "Oh, it wasn't our fault. It wasn't my fault, because we was told that we couldn't do this, and we can." Bullshit. You lied to us. It was a proper stitch-up job from the get-go, and now you want me to help you again. They apparently they want to put a new film together, a new documentary together, based on the footage that they took from us for the filming of Meet the Targeted Individual Community back in the early part of this year. And they need our authorization to be able to utilize the footage to make this documentary that apparently is going to be an internal documentary that is going to be used in Vice's new in-house training center for scumbag interviewers like that Matt O'Shea fella, you know, the snake in the grass, the one that was all like nice to our face, and then as soon as he got off camera he started going, oh, I think they're crazy, I think they're nuts. Matt, you're a disgrace, mate. You're an absolute disgrace. And if you think that I'm going to help further your career, you got another thing coming. But saying that, I've not actually made my mind up yet as to whether I'm going to allow them authorization to actually utilise the footage of myself in this new venture, this new documentary, this new in-house documentary that they're doing. So may I suggest if Vice contact any of you TIs out there, don't answer the phone. Do not get involved with Vice UK, because they are a disinfo, sabotage, jobby type situation. But yeah, I might change my mind. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, stay away from Vice. Look what they've done to us here in the UK. Look what they've now done to them two poor victims over in the States. And then they come through and ask us to help them. Maybe I should charge them. Get a nice contract. What do you reckon? Okay, right. So yeah, that's the Vice. What have I done so far? I've done the directed energy idiots, the corrupt, lying, nasty green fella, done the Vice, etc, etc, etc. Right, now let's go on to the sensitization that I originally wanted to talk to, but I've had to obviously there's been a few bits and pieces that have mounted. I mean, I was obviously going to be hoping to do a video every 2 or 3 days, but it's been about 4 days I think since my last one, purely because of the strange symptoms that I've been experiencing, but also what it's done is it's allowed me to build up some more content for you people, so you can get some really interesting facts and stuff. So right, okay, back in the early days of the targeting. Right, back in the early days, once upon a time, in a land not so far away, one of the very first things that I realised was the vehicle harassment, and it was always black German BMWs, Mercedes, big, you know, SUVs, etc, etc, etc. There was 2 levels really. No, there was 3 levels. I'm almost certain that the vigilante type gang stalking posse in Ashford, they used to have access to one of the main dealerships, or 2 of the main dealerships, because most of the airy-fairy idiots that used to sort of like try and cut me up and cause accidents and try and whatever on the road, they was always driving either Kias or Kia or Nissan 4x4s. So I'm almost certain that there is a massive involvement. It just shows you how far this goes up the line. You know, they've got access to pool cars from main dealerships. But oh, excuse me. Oh, let me think. I'm dying. Not really. Yeah, you wish, don't you, perps? Yeah, fucking mongrels. Anyway, sensitization. Right, so a lot of TIs get sensitized to colours. A lot of TIs get sensitized to noises. A lot of TIs get sensitized to sounds, and etc, etc, etc. With me, probably their biggest win that didn't really last for too long once I actually realised and understood what they was doing. To start with, it was all black, brand spanking new Mercedes or BMWs, you know, top end 50,000–60,000 pound motors that used to literally, and it'd have some little donut dickhead sitting there with dark sunglasses on, even if it was raining, and they would be doing all of these signals and all that. And I did notice that most of the number plates had 55 in the number plate. So I was like, what's all this 55 stuff about? So that effectively then got me sensitized to looking at number plates. Big mistake, shame. So from that point on, I literally was observing and watching and reading virtually every number plate that came past me. Everyone. I mean, my eyes were literally fixated on number plates and signage. And the reason that happened is, I don't know what the 55 was. It was just like I noticed that most of the early stalkers that in the big and there was always big black German type vehicles, and 95% of them had 55 in the number plate, either 55 or an SS. A lot of personalised plates or whatever. I really don't know. I really don't care. So that actually then got me sensitised to looking at number plates. Because I was searching the are they part of it? Are they part of it? Are they a 55? Are they part of the 55 crew? So that then led on to it was really strange and really bizarre. But it was because I was literally sensitized to the number plates. I'm no longer. I'm going back sort of 4 or 5 years ago. I don't pay any attention to a number plate these days. I don't pay attention to any of their stupid, pathetic games. Yeah, it's an absolute waste of time on their part. I don't even know if they're still doing it because I don't pay any attention to it. But I used to sort of like read into. It was like I would see like little messages in number plates. Are you okay? Or take a breather, or new girlfriend, or and it's just really strange and bizarre stuff. And then that led on to the number 33. And 33, as we all are pretty much aware, is a Freemasonry number. 33rd degree Freemason, 3 degrees, all degrees. I started seeing 33 and 55 and SS everywhere, and I'm not I'm not joking. I'd wake up at 3:33 in the morning, and every time I looked at the clock or every time I looked at a watch, it would be 33, 5:33 or 6:33 or 8:33 or 2:33, or same again, 55. Everywhere I looked, it was 55 or 33 or SS. But I also had just recently as well, and this is the reason that I'm bringing up all of these numbers and symbols. I spent about years and years ago, about 10-12 years ago, I spent about a month in Egypt. I'm quite well travelled. I've been India, Asia, Africa, Tunisia, and all of it was even nice to go on two or three holidays a year when I was when the business was succeeded before it started getting sabotaged. And you all know that story. But I spent a month in Egypt, and I went around all of the sacred sites, the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, flew up to Karnak Temple, and flew up to Cairo for the Cairo Museum and the pyramids of Gaza and the Sphinx. Hatshepsut's temple that's carved into the mountain. It was an absolutely awe-inspiring. Something about that place. There was some really strange, weird connection that I felt over in Egypt when I was going down into some of the tombs in the Valley of the Kings, and walking through the Karnak Temple and nearly getting caught signing Shane Wazir on one of the 144 pillars in the Temple of Karnak. Very close. I had to do a runner. A tour guide saw me and chased me. Luckily, I was faster than him, so he couldn't keep up. But that will be there forever now. And part of the ancient Egyptian tourist structure, you'll find my name on one of the pillars in the Karnak Temple. So I'm not quite sure why I've done that, but I was quite lucky that I didn't. Can you imagine getting nicked for that? desecrating an ancient Egyptian temple. But yeah, I had some really strange, bizarre type connection to that country. You know, I stayed in a place called Hurghada and done all my scuba diving and passed me open water exams and all that sort of stuff that qualified me as a scuba diver. But I also went round to every, you know, I'd love to sort of like get the photo album out and show you some of the amazing places that I went to. But yeah, that's I'll leave that for another day. But yeah, and the reason I'm talking about that is that just recently I've been having some really weird dreams again, and no, not about sex, Kelly, about Egypt, about specifically me in Egypt, and specifically me in the sarcophagus tomb room in the centre of the largest pyramid in Gaza, or Giza, wherever you want to call it. You know where the Sphinx is. I actually went into the centre of the largest pyramid and went into the tomb room, or the sarcophagus room, or so apparently now they don't think it held the sarcophagus. They think that it actually held the Ark of the Covenant, or whatever it is. You know, like the Ark out of Tomb Raider, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. They reckon now that because it's like a big marbleite type stone box, and the stone box is actually the shape of the Ark, rather than the length of it's not long enough to put a sarcophagus in, or a pharaoh that's been laid to rest there. But I've been having some really strange dreams, and it's really brought up all of the memories about the symbolisms and the other stuff, the numbers and all of that stuff that played a massive part. And even still now, you know, I look at the clock, it'll be 33 minutes past or 55 minutes to. It's really quite strange. But back in the early days as well, I also everywhere I went, I mean everywhere, it was the all-seeing eye. With the triangle, the eye in the triangle, wherever I went. I mean, it would be everywhere. It would be drawn on. It'd be drawn on lampposts. I mean, I've travelled sort of like 2 hours, and to go for a job interview, or on a training course. And I pulled into a car park space. And it's just a little scenario, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And I pulled into this multi-level car park that could hold sort of over 2,000 cars, and I drove directly to a parking space, and in this like 2,000 space car park, and directly in front of me was a post, and on that post, in marker pen, was the all-seeing eye. Someone had actually drawn it on there. Now, what's the odds on that? Everywhere I went. I mean, I even started. It was really weird, you know, because I do a lot of stretching in my physical training, to keep myself as supple as I possibly can, because I'm not getting any younger. And I used to literally do. You know, after my stretching, I would bend down and rather than touch my toes, I can actually put my palms flat down on the floor, standing upright with my legs straight. And I started actually doing that thing. So I do it, yeah, that. You know the thing like Jay-Z and all that do. And I'd literally, and I'm like, what am I doing that? And that was prior to everything kicking off. And it then all sort of started linking in. I'm thinking, Jesus, I'm throwing up the Illuminati sign here. What the flipping heck's going on? And then I'd see it everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. The all-seeing eye here, the all-seeing eye there. It was everywhere. These weird dreams that I've been having about Egypt, I'm not sure whether they're just distant memories from the holiday and from the time I spent over there, or whether there's something else. Or that it's really bizarre. So if any of you have had anything relating similar to what I've just mentioned about the symbols and the numbers, specifically 33 or SS 55 and the all-seeing eye, and ancient Egyptian connections. It played a very big part in the early days of when they thought that they was when they was basically running amok. I was still in the fight or flight stage and discovering what the hell was going on. So yeah, that'd be interesting to find out whether anybody else has come across those particular things within their targeting. So yeah, drop me a comment or email me shanegibbs212@gmail.com. And on that note, the flyers, you know, they're going out all over the place. It seems to have slowed down a bit, and I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I've just had another 10,000 printed, and I mean, I've got 10,000 flyers sitting here, and so that'll be 30,000 flyers that will be, once this lot goes out. It's not enough. We need hundreds of thousands of these flyers to go across the UK. So if you want to get involved with the TI Television National Flyer Campaign, then please, please, please email me directly on shanegibbs212@gmail.com. That's ShaneGibbs 212@gmail.com. And I'll respond back to you as quickly and as efficiently as I possibly can. As I mentioned in previous videos, I don't tend to leave people hanging for too long. I will respond to you as quickly as I can. Yes, something else that's been a little bit. I mean, you know how I feel personally about Facebook and all of the rat race and the hamster wheel scenario that goes on, and people seem to get sort of like sensitized to Facebook. So anybody out there that are friends of mine on Facebook, can you stop putting me in the Facebook groups? Because I've done Facebook. Facebook is a waste of time. Facebook is there for a reason. For me, it's a reason to use as a broadcast channel. I don't want to socialise. I don't want to chat about TIs. I don't want to be in group conversations. I don't want to be added to TI related groups or conversations on Facebook. I'm sorry, but I've done that for absolute donkey's years, and some of you people have been doing it probably longer than what I have, and you're still doing it. Why? I don't understand. So no offence, I'm not going to mention any names, but please, I am not going to be, I don't spend hardly any time on Facebook. I go on there and I check, you know, I haven't even got it linked through and synced through with the hub on the BlackBerry. So I don't even know when I'm getting notifications. I don't know when I'm getting messages. So only actually when I go on there to post some information or post one of my videos up onto my page, that is then I'll be made aware that people are communicating through Facebook, and friend requests and messages and invitations to groups and blah 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 blah. You are wasting your time on Facebook. It will do you no good. All it will do is just suck up your time. I mean, you are literally slaves to the platform. Seriously. Can you not see that? It's there to take your time. It's there. It never goes anywhere. It never goes anywhere. The only place it will go is you'll start getting attacked by trolls or by retarded idiots. And which was evident in one of the group conversations that somebody felt that she could put me into the other day. You know, one of the dickhead guys that she also added into the group. What a prick! What an absolute prick! Why are you wasting your time? I mean, that's not activism. It's not going to solve anything. It's not going to resolve anything. Floating around and around. To what end? I mean, why are you doing it? You're not going to achieve anything, and you're also not going to get me involved. I've done my time on Facebook. I've served my sentence on Facebook. I am blooming heck. That's not pleasant at all. But hopefully that's all. That will ease off over the next couple of days. I ain't going to go to no poxy doctor. So yeah, Facebook, all you Facebook fans out there, yeah, use it to connect, use it to find people, use it as a bulletin board. Stop using it as a hamster wheel, because that is all it is. It is a hamster wheel. You are sensitized and addicted to a platform, a media platform called Facebook. You are going to achieve absolutely nothing, and you've been achieving absolutely nothing for the past 10 years, most of you. What have you achieved? What has Facebook actually achieved? Yeah, it's initially, I mean, back in the, you know, I'm talking sort of 7, 8, 9 years ago, it was quite refreshing because one, it wasn't infiltrated by perpetrators, and two, it was all new to me then. But I'm still seeing the same people from back then still making new groups, still making new pages, and going, oh yeah, we must unite and we must come together, and on a keyboard. What? TI television, face-to-face meetings, human to human. Get away from behind your keyboard. We don't need keyboard warriors. We need action. We need to unite. We need we need to build the network. We need to build the community. In reality, in this reality, not in Facebook land, in real life. So don't keep wasting your time on Facebook. You are absolutely doing nothing. You're achieving nothing. All you're actually doing is wasting your time. And my time. You know, I don't want to come across as being negative and but I've done Facebook. You know how I feel about Facebook. I'm not willing to get involved with your ideas on Facebook. I don't want to know. I'm not interested. So please, please, please stop adding me in groups, stop adding me in conversations, and stop wasting my time. I've got far better things to be doing than sitting on Facebook on my little hamster wheel, achieving nothing. If that's what you want to do, then fine. But you are going to be achieving absolutely sweet FA, absolutely feck it all. And there's a few people on there. There's a couple of people on there now that I'm starting to be a little bit, you know, some people, and this is what I get from Facebook. There's one woman in particular that she told me that she was living in a foreign country, and then I saw something else that she posted, and she says that she's living in London, and then she phoned me from a London number, but on that, then she phoned me from a withheld number and told me that she was living in another country. That's what I mean. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in anybody that wants to lie, that anybody wants to deceive. If you can't be honest, then I have got not 1 second of my day for you. If you are credible, if you are stable, if you are honest, then that might be a different case. But don't. How on earth do you really think that I'm not going to actually notice this stuff? You know how diligent I am. You know how this program trains you to be a counter surveillance expert. And you're getting TIs that are trying to sort of like pull the wool over, specifically my eyes, and you're wasting your time. Don't waste your time. Do it to somebody else. Go and lie to somebody else, because I'm not interested. I've discovered that you're lying. I've discovered you've not been truthful to me, and I do not want anything to do with anybody. I hate liars. If you can't be truthful, if you can't be honest and upfront and an upstanding individual, then I don't want nothing to do with you. And TI Television does not want anything to do with you. We have to deal with enough of that from the other side. We don't expect it from claimed targeted individuals. So yeah, it's my penny's worth on that one. Yeah, that's just, oh my goodness. See look, 103 and 31. See there again, 33. See what I mean? What's going on? Just to cut a little shout out before I go as well. Vulcan Wolverine, carry on doing you're doing some great work, bro. Carl, I mean I've got and anybody that is not aware of Vulcan Wolverine, go and look at his channel, because he talks a hell of a lot about the electronical, the remote neural monitoring, the voice to skull, the directed energy weaponry, the frequency weaponry, the sonic weaponry that's utilised against targeted individuals. Very, very knowledgeable, very, very brave man, and every time I watch one of his videos, he picks me up. So I'm just giving you your pat on your back, mate, because you deserve it. You know, I think you must be coming up to the end of your November marathon, where you've been doing 2 or 3 videos every day for this month. So I can only commend you, mate. Seriously, I mean, you deserve a medal, and people really do need to start listening to what you're saying. I don't like approaching the program from that aspect, purely for my own personal reasons and for the agenda that we're looking to achieve through, not only through me personally, but also through TI television. There's a time and a place for that level of information, and for us at the moment it's not the right time. But I commend everything that you're doing. There's another guy that's just in my liked videos down there. You will find one of the latest videos that I've liked is from a proper jolly chap called Errol. Christ be like, I think his channel's called. Take a look at the video that I've liked on my channel, and he is probably one of the most eccentric, exciting, comically funny, enthusiastic people that I've ever come across, discussing and trying to expose the targeted individual program and gang stalking program. So big shout out to you, Errol. And I'm glad that I didn't even know you existed, mate. You know, I've done some scanning, I've done some looking after the comment that you left on one of my videos, and you kindly subscribed to my channel, and I will do likewise once I finish recording this. I should go on and subscribe to your channel. I love the way that you approach this subject. It's absolutely hysterical. You know, I mean, you had me in stitches. So refreshing, and so just to prove to it, you don't need to be. They want you negative. They want you doom and gloom. Oh, well, I can't do nothing. The gang stalkers and the dogs barking and the man with his one pocket in his thing, and I keep twitching my curtain but nothing's happening. And you don't need to be that negative. You don't need to be that downtrodden. Go and, you know, if you want cheering up, go and watch that video I've just liked from Errol from Christ Be Like. And I tell you what, that will put a smile on your face, because he had me in hysterics. Is the persona that he shows and shines through is, you know, he's got, I mean, he's a golden heart, most definitely. So Errol, yeah, just a bit of a shout out to you. Bit of a shout out to all of the other brave victims and survivors that are coming forward. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Techno Crime Fighters forum at the moment. It's pretty obvious that there's a few issues that are obviously making themselves apparent within that little group of brave ladies. And yeah, just a big shout out to everybody that takes the time to sit there and watch my videos. This one's 1 minute, an hour and 8 minutes. Oh my god, I'm going for the premiere matinee. I'm going for the record, people. So just to recap, you know, big shout out to Kelly over in the Emerald Isle, and you keep sending me all these kisses, and I don't even know what you look like. No, that's got me pondering. But I love your interaction in my videos. I like your I like your attitude, and I like your character. You're very welcome, and I appreciate your input into my channel. And yeah, anybody else that's taking the time to view the content that I'm putting out, and also getting in touch regarding the National Flyer campaign for TI television, and also all the other survivors that are just literally coming out of the woodwork, you know, right, left and centre. You know, they're coming out from all over, you know, not all over, seriously, you know, not just the UK, but all over the place, all over the world. We are becoming the biggest problem that these bunch of cowards have ever had to be confronted with for their whole horrific time that they've been doing this program. Your time's coming to an end. Your horror is coming to an end. Your victimisation is coming to an end. You need to start backing up and packing up the old kit bags, peoples. Because I tell you what, it will get to the stage where every one of you will be exposed. Your whole network, from the police, from the MPs, from the Freemasons, from the government officials, right the way down to you low-life scumbags that go around breaking into people's houses and poisoning their dogs and all of that sort of stuff. Oh my God, you are so lucky I've never caught one of you people. I would definitely rip you a new one. And I probably still would. Come, what's going on? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? Come and do an home invasion. Please come do an home invasion. God, I've got something right nice and hefty for you. Being a left-hander, don't forget my southpaw. So don't look for the right. Because when you're looking for the right, you'd all be knocked out and the jaw will be broken. So come on, get some nuts, get some courage, perpetrators. I dare ya. I double dare ya. Come and do an home invasion. Come on. What's the matter? What are you scared of? You fucking idiots. Pathetic, parasitic fucking rats. You are scum. Your days are coming. Your days are numbered. You filthy animals. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up today's video on that note, and just gone over the 1:11 mark and 4 seconds. So I trust all you TIs are doing well, and remain strong, remain defiant, start reaching out, go. If you need to listen to what some of us people are saying, because we're telling you how it is. We're telling you how exactly how it is, and if you can't, and if you don't understand that, if you can't understand, and you're still happy to sit in your little merry-go-round on stupid, pathetic things like on Facebook and stuff like that, then more for you. You are wasting your time, and you're also trying to waste other people's time. I have not got no time for Facebook. I've got no time for Facebook conversations. If you want to send me a message on Facebook, then fine, send me a message. Stop linking me into groups that I don't want nothing to do with. And that's the idiotic thing, the amount of cussing I give about Facebook, and yet all these people are trying to sort of get me to start interacting with Facebook. Been there, done that. Got all the t-shirts. Oh yeah, I've got some nice hats coming soon actually, some nice TI television baseball caps. Oh, they look quite junky there, don't they? Yeah, anyway, I digress. Yeah, some nice baseball caps, TI television, giving a voice to the TI community, and they should be here next week. So yeah, I might even do a video wearing one, and I believe that we've got some more another filming day coming up in the very near future for TI television. So yeah, keep you posted. I think there's definitely some more content coming out over the next few days, and yeah, big shout out to Phil and Jill. Respect, and all of the other people that are courageously getting involved and getting in touch with the team at TI Television. It's strength in numbers, people. Strength in numbers. So I'm going to cut it off there because it's just gone here. I keep rambling on. Why am I rambling today? It's because I missed you all so much, I think, and I started getting withdrawals and YouTube withdrawals. So I hope today's video you have found of some interest. I'm sure there's definitely something in there that you can all relate to. Definitely take a look at the website for Quinnic, whatever they're called, the directed energy weapons testing company that are now working directly for the Ministry of Defence here in Essex, with a testing ground for powerful directed energy weapons systems. The ones that don't exist. The ones that you start talking about them, they'll end up getting you locked up and putting on anti-psychs. So yeah, maybe we should all go down to, maybe we should go down and do a protest down there. Get the old banners out, get the old flyers out. Now, there's an idea. I seem to be full of good ideas at the moment. Anyway, yeah, hope you're doing well. Stay strong, stay defiant. Fuck them. Fucking idiots. Absolute bunch of mongrels. Absolute bunch of mongrels. And come and do an home invasion. And I'll tell you what, not just a couple of you. I want 3 of you. 3. Seriously. 3 of your best cowards. Come and do an home invasion. I want to dance with you. But not the kind of dancing that you'd be used to. Seriously. You fucking idiots. You disgust me. You shameful, disgraceful people. Your days are coming. Your days are coming. You believe it. You're not safe. No, you're not safe. We will find you. We will root you out. We know where you're coming from. We know where this is all stemming from. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. So, TIs. Oh, I'll keep sticking this in the next one. Didn't take a puff. I trust you're all doing really, really well. I hope you're having a pleasant weekend as you possibly can be having. Remain strong, remain defiant, get in touch, start reaching out. If you don't want to reach out to me and TI Television, start reaching out on your own, you know, because people will pick up. If you're credible, if you're stable, people will find you and they will start linking up with you and get the numbers, start building the numbers up. You know, we need to unite, we need the community to become a community. So thanks again YouTube for allowing this content to go out, and TIs, remain strong, never give in. Tomorrow's always a new day, always a new day, and the future is bright now. The future is bright. It never used to be, but there's a bright future in front of for all of us. We just need to stick to the agenda, stick to the right path, to keep moving forward, keep doing what we're doing, and we will achieve some great things together. So TIs, on that note, I will hopefully get back to you at some stage in the week. I think I've got a couple of days work coming up this week, thank Christ. And I'm not quite sure what the days are going to be yet, so I'm no doubt I will get back to you at some stage in the next few days with another video. Please feel free to leave any comments and email me direct if you want a private conversation on shanegibbs212@gmail.com. And yeah, the flyers, you know, we need to get these flyers out. Now we need hundreds of thousands of these flyers to go out. So please get involved with the National TI Television Fly campaign, and let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's show these people what we can achieve. What we can achieve. So until next time, TIs, you take care, and I'll see you all again real soon. So take care and bye for now.